It's time for a little R&R.
Ball into the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo. Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy!
Light him up, Colin!
You know what they say, you don't want to make any basketball declarations in November. It's a bad time of the year. It's too early. I think Rizzo and I's youth basketball team is winning a title. I think we're early on that, and I think we're right on point with that. It's Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Christian Cat. Streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter/X at ESPN West Palm, ESPN South Florida. Check out the ESPN South Florida app today on the App Store to listen to us in full. Got you for 2 hours today up until 6 p.m. from the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach on a beautiful November the 12th, a midweek edition, 2025. Mike, have you give us a little bit of a voice check?
My voice is like a 2 out of 10 today.
You got Doc Rivers going on right now.
So, folks, to get some context, Colin and I had our first youth basketball game last night. And as you guys, our loyal listeners know, the season last year, we won one game, and it came in the final game of the regular season. Colin, this year, I had to work in Miami. I had obligations, but this year, Colin was able to draft our team. You know, Colin and I are basketball guys. Colin played in high school. I played in high school. We know Paul. Colin drafted the team. I showed up. Listen, I didn't realize exactly how big our team was until I showed up to game one. Colin, we won by 40 points last night. We would have beat any two of those teams that played each other the game before by 40 points. And the reason I don't have a voice is because I was coaching like it was the Final Four of the college basketball season last night. I was very excited. We were pressed, like
full court press.
With all, like we said, we loved our kids last year. I'd take a bullet for our kids last year.
Great kids.
Our kids know basketball this year. We're not teaching what a bounce pass is this year. We're not teaching what a pick and roll is this year. These kids were picking up full press off of instinct and just getting buckets. The reason why I was screaming was because the only reason the other team was scoring was because they were forgetting where the guys were. And that's what I did. Point! The whole game I was screaming, point! Who do you got? Point! The whole game. The whole game like
ball
a broken
pressure,
record.
Passing the ball up the court.
Right.
Transitions.
Right.
Hit a shot when you need to. They spread the ball around enough.
Right.
Unselfishness. Oh, it was great.
And now, Kyle, let me get something straight real quick. I just explained to the audience. We lost every game by about 70 points.
We had a game last year. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, 70-14.
Yeah.
It was bad. We've been held scoreless and a half multiple occasions last year. Multiple occasions that Mike and I's team last year. Again, great kids.
We love them.
I think they'd be the first to tell you, not the most basketball-inclined people I've ever seen in my entire life.
And it came to the point, I'd call my father after these games and said, I'm failing these kids. I got it. I don't even want to show myself. I don't even want to show my face in public after some of these games, the way we were getting dismantled. And then, of course, last night, Kyle, I looked at the score. We were up like 35-10. And
they stopped. What they do is they don't count twos and threes after you get to 15 points. They start doing by ones, and we still won by 25.
15 is way too soon.
Yeah, I agree with that.
A 15-point can evaporate in 2 minutes.
I mean, yeah.
But I looked at the score. I'm like, wait a minute. We should be up by about 40 points. Kyle, we got dismantled last year. They made rules about it because of how bad we got dismantled. And now they're trying to take away one of our kids.
So to build off that, we coach up in Gardens, right? It's a great league. It's a well-run league. We do a great job. All the coaches that are involved are somewhat of the usual suspects from last year. So these are the same coaches that, mind you, beat down on Rizzo and I's team repeatedly, unrelenting last year. Same guys, mostly. And we drafted these teams fair and square. And there were questions about a couple free agents and, got kids join the league late. They're not a part of the draft list. There was one kid that was submitted to our team, right? Two, really, but one. And he played last night. He hung out with the guys. All the kids, they didn't know each other at first. It was quiet at first. It was one of those things. He was like a summer camp day one.
Yep.
And then the second that we started playing, everybody was flying. Everybody had a great time. There's a camaraderie attached to it. We had 10 deep, so we did 5 and 5. We did 2 straight lineups. The first half lineups were good, not great. Then we fixed it in the second half, and the second half lineups, tore them to shreds. And now I got to hear today by the higher-ups of the league that our team is too good that we need to take away the kid with the biggest size, the biggest kid on our team in terms of size.
Yeah. After we got embarrassed, I was afraid to show myself in public.
So you're
asking for counsel from my father, and now
the kids had to change schools.
Christian,
Stuffing lockers.
On Colin and I's revenge tour this year, and that's exactly what this is.
It lasted one game,
This
and then
is
they
a
got to
revenge
break us
tour.
apart.
I'm trying to win by 100.
It lasted one game.
I'm trying to win. Dude, the reason I don't have a voice. I was coaching like we were in a national championship game up 35 points last night. I wanted to make a statement this year, and now they're taking away one of our players.
Now I feel what the Eagles feel when they're trying to ban the tush push. This is what this is. If you can't beat it, you can't stop it.
Right.
You could do the same thing. And now all of a sudden you want to take away our biggest guy? He's a baseball player. He's not a basketball player, but still.
He's an athlete.
He's one of our top athletes on the team.
He's an athlete.
He's one of our top athletes on the team. And he's a crucial part of that second unit.
Big time.
And we want to take him away? What?
And he looked at me last night because, Colin and I, we were.
He's going to be devastated.
Devastated. And that's the thing I wanted to make clear to the league office
really
today.
about the kids having a good time?
He looked
really?
At, he
got to
just
question the politics.
Let's put it this way. He just won by 40 points. He looked at me during the game and he goes, we were going to make some substitutions. He goes, "Hey, Coach Mike, we're a package deal. I'm not playing unless James and so are in there with me." And I look at, wow, we already got some team camaraderie going. And now you're going to look at our play. You're going to look at this young man. You're going to look at this young man and go,
rip him away.
You're out.
You're going to rip him away from his team? They don't do that in high school basketball.
No.
They don't do that in college basketball. They don't do that in the NBA.
Right.
You got to do it now? Let us win by 50 points every single game, because we will. You don't need to strip us of our parts, because our parts were put together to make the perfect machine, and we have the perfect machine.
And the one game is going to be very personal for me. One game,
the president of our company.
No, not even Steve. Dude, I love Uncle Steve.
Oh.
It's not that game. The guy we played in the playoffs last year.
Oh, he's coaching.
I got something for him this year. We got something for him this year. We got something for him this year. We're gonna play LD 40 minutes that game. He's gonna have 40 points in the game.
Our team's good.
Mike, you're not allowed. Mike, you're up by 20. You can't press. I don't care.
Give me a slip the scorekeeper at 20. Do not put down ones.
Yeah.
Twos and threes the entire way.
Give me a technical. This is
bring
like
your own scoreboard.
This is Christian. This is like Ryan Dave hopefully running up the score against Michigan the year he finally wins. That's how it is this year. All right, with me and that coach. He was. Remember, we got in a screaming match in the playoffs.
Enough of it. Yeah, I do. We'll see.
We got high. 10's got high.
And it's a competitive league. We're not. This is not just some throwaway league.
No, it's not.
Guys coach in this league to win, and players play in this league to win. And therefore, Mike and I, they saw one game. They saw 4 quarters, running clock, 8-minute quarters. They saw 32 minutes, and they said, "Absolutely not. We got to tear apart this team."
Something that happened to us every single game. Every single game. This happened to us.
Torn apart last year. We lost by a combined 2,000 points. We lost every game by 30. And we'd had a couple close ones, 3 or 4. Great kids. There is no doubt. I am not knocking the kids.
We're not.
But not the most basketball-inclined people in the world. I think they'd be the first to tell you.
Christian, I'm not teaching the triple threat this year.
We had to do two-hand pound. We had to, through the legs dribble.
They know basketball. They have I saw a slip screen. And for those of you that don't know what a slip screen is, it's when you go up to the ball, to the guy defending the ball, like you're screening, and then you quickly cut to the hoop and you hit him out of it. I'm seeing things that, people know basketball, that they do. These kids are 8th graders, and they know what they're doing.
Things change now. Things change. Because last year, we foolish went in thinking that we'd install the UConn offense with these guys. It just never came about. It's hard to install an offense with the amount of
offense,
practice.
and then we found out they didn't know what a bounce pass was.
So
UConn offense.
This year's team, you could add a couple intricate things defensively, offensively. We could get a little creative with how we run the team now because now we got to surprise people. Everybody knows we're good.
Right.
So now we're the hunted. We're the hunted now.
Yep. I mean, Kyle, they're taking away one of our best players. They're already trying to, poke the bear a bit. Were they taking away players last year? No,
they best teams? Yeah, I doubt it. No way.
No chance. They were adding. They were adding.
We got added 2 players. I mean, every time that somebody joined the league late, they added us.
The stinkers start adding kids. Don't take our kids. Don't take my team.
Yeah, that's nonsense. I completely agree.
Colin drafted that team. All right.
We drafted this team, and I didn't. Admittedly, I didn't even know every kid when we were drafting them. I knew what I saw in the evaluations. Not everybody was there. This is 7th and 8th grade basketball, by the way.
Yep.
So this is not, this is not 3rd and 4th grade. We're not teaching how to make sure that they run in a straight line. These guys can rebound, defend, shoot, pass, dribble.
But to be fair, that's what we had to do last year against 9th graders. It was 7th through 9th last year. So like the gap was crazy.
I wouldn't have a problem with this if they didn't if the league interfered and Mike and I getting beaten down every single game last year.
Like this is like the Browns or the Jags finally being a great team and just throwing the rule book at us because we might go undefeated. Like no, we earned this. We paid our dues last year. We were laughing. I got laughed out of the gym. We got laughed out of the gym.
Laughed out of the gym.
Literally, we'd get laughed out of the gym. I'd leave the gym.
Kids had a great time. And
it's just surrender Cobra in the car. What the hell happened?
Team's great.
Oh, I love, dude. Listen, I know we can't bring up names on air, but I'll tell you what. We have about 5 kids. Our go-to 5, even without our star player.
All 10 are good players.
Dude, I'll tell you what. The 5 we started the game with last night, that 5 is... If we consistently start and play that 5 in high pressure situations, it's gonna be hard to beat.
Like any other rec league, you got to make sure that everybody plays. We did it perfectly. We did 4 on 4 off.
Yep.
So you played the first 4 minutes of the quarter, and then we brought in another 5 to play the next 4 minutes of the quarter, and it worked perfectly because then that lineup gets a little consistency, a little camaraderie. They start working well with each other.
We have 2 guards on each unit that could bring up the ball and cross over and go to the hoop with anyone in the league. And we did have 2 big men. We had our big in the first lineup, and then we had our star player who's about to get ripped from our team after he made friends and looked at me and said, "Coach, I'm not playing unless I'm playing with my buddies." He told me that on the bench.
Should we get involved? Did we tell the kid to boycott? I'm not leaving.
So.
I'm not leaving.
I know he doesn't want to leave.
I'm not leaving.
The kid just won by 40.
I'm not leaving.
He's going to lose every game by 15. The team he's going on.
And the thing is, we lose this kid, we're still winning every game. We're still winning every game. So don't get it twisted. We're still winning every game. Mike's right. This is a revenge tour.
It is.
We're gonna tear apart. Our job is to tear apart this league. I could care less about the optics of winning by 30 in a rec league. I could care less.
Couldn't care. I'm going Kurt Signetti.
After last year,
Christian.
We're running up every score.
I'm going Signetti.
So those who are listening, who are in this league, who have heard already the rumblings about what Team Russo and Rizzo have put together in that first game last night, first of all, the rumors are true. The team is dangerous, and the team's coming. And just remember those games last year where you guys decided to, all right, we'll leave in our starters a couple more minutes against Russo and Rizzo because we remember.
And pressing us down 30.
Pressing us.
Now you're lucky because of our, incompetence last year, we're not going to be allowed to press you when we're up 30. Except for one coach. I will press one coach up 30, and I'll get a technical for it. Just to prove a point.
We had 3 refs last night.
Yeah, I know.
That's insane. 3 refs.
Hang on. The one guy was our guy.
Oh, yeah.
He was making bets. He was making bets if you were going to keep your sweatshirt on.
Take it easy. Don't get him in trouble. Refs making bets. We don't like that sentence.
Well, listen, Kyle had a sweatshirt on, and he basically came up to us and was like, "Dude, I had the over/under set at the end of the first quarter. I had sweatshirt coming off." Because Kyle and I, we're animated. We scream the whole game. We scream the whole game. Hence why I don't have a voice.
We had a photographer at the game.
Dude, you sent me a picture. I am starting to lose weight because I actually
You like that picture? You hate pictures of yourself.
I actually looked at the picture. I said, didn't look that outside of my duck feet, my flat feet. I actually looked at that picture. I said, pretty good, not bad, kid.
We had talent, Mike.
Oh,
we had talent.
God,
So we had practice tonight. How do you want to build off of the game
think
last night?
teams are going to sit in a 2-3. We got lucky that team didn't try to go into a 2-3 last night. Not saying they had a chance, even
a
if they
2-3
did,
offense is going to be
But
useful.
any team that plays man-to-man against us, they're not going to win.
Right.
And I think teams are going to understand they're going to have to move to a 2-3. So I think we install short corner tonight.
Yep.
I think we install short corner
One thing
tonight.
I definitely want to do in terms of a drill is man-to-man defense and not fouling. Like, they could just staying in front. Because a lot of the times, if these kids can't dribble, if you're guarding somebody who cannot dribble, you just got to stay in front of him.
Escort him out of bounds.
And he'll make a mistake.
Yeah. Like for instance, one of our better players, this kid was going nowhere but the end line and stepping out of bounds. It happened about 10 times last night.
Yeah, they would drive him out of bounds. It
Correct.
was smart.
Correct. But then late in the game, we were getting lazy because we were up 20 points. And Coach Riz had to tell him to stop reaching, escort him out of bounds. At that point, there's no reason to reach. He's going nowhere. You're seeing that kid dribble. He can't dribble.
So there were some fouling issues that we got to clean up. And definitely a zone offensive play for sure. And then a little bit of an understanding of what to do on man offense. Outside of that, it's going to be pressure the ball and run the court.
Yep.
Because we're faster. We have guys who are athletes, and guys can finish layups.
Yep. And the only
that should be 25 points a game minimum.
And actually, those coaches. Listen, the coaches last night on the opposite side, they were great. They were
the guys.
They
No
were
issues.
great guys. They were great guys.
This is not about the coaches.
But at the timeout, at the same
it's the
time,
guys who run the league, the politics.
Correct. But
we got to get these guys off our Russo and Rizzo. What?
At the same time, I wanted to make that said because I'm about to say something about their team. The only way they were scoring is if we had a defensive blunder. And you were coming up with the lineups. You go, Riz, talk to him. At halftime, that's what I said. I said, guys, the only way they're going to score against us is if we forget the guy under the basket. Because they had 10 points at half. 4 of the buckets were twos, so 8 of the 10 came on wide open guys because we're lollygagging because we're up. So I think that's what we're going to struggle with. We're going to struggle with keeping these guys locked in because they're going to be up by so many points. And I don't want that to bite us in the butt. And all of a sudden, we got a game come 2 minutes left because they crawl back into the game because we're getting content. I want a killer instinct. I need a killer instinct from these kids.
888-760-3776. Should a youth basketball rec league that Mike and I are coaching, 7th and 8th grade boys, be allowed to strip us of some of our better players because we're too good?
After we lost every single game by 70 points.
Context, we got pummeled last year. Pummeled. We were the lockout year Bobcats. We were terrible last year. Great kids. Terrible. 888-760-3776. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Christian Cat. Download the ESPN South Florida app today because you can listen to Russo and Rizzo. You can listen to Theoretically Speaking, listen to Kaiser University football games. We'll talk to Chris Swager here in a moment. You can listen to the Inter Miami English and Spanish, especially now in playoff season Sunday, coming up for Inter Miami.
23rd. Sunday the 23rd.
Sunday the 23rd. So we got 10 days. So stay tuned for that. That should be a good amount of time. And we'll get to Swager. We'll get the Ask the AD next. We're going to do some college sports stuff. But listen to all that stuff on the ESPN South Florida app because the ESPN South Florida app has all the South Florida beats in one spot. That's all the shows, that is listening back to it, that's specialty programming, and that's also the Florida Panthers on their quest for a three-peat. Mike and I will be live from Amarant Bank Arena tomorrow down in Sunrise for a little action with the Florida Panthers, so stay tuned for that. 888-760-3776, number to get into the program. Should youth basketball leagues be allowed to strip Mike and I of one of our better players because our team is too good? This is after we went essentially winless last year. Is this win in Lake Worth we got? Glenn,
my guy.
In Lake Worth. Glenn, welcome into the program. Who do we got? What's going on? What's your thoughts here?
No, I don't think you should take away the players if they're doing really well because kids need to learn about adversity and failure. And so youth sports is a great place where they can learn that as opposed to the workplace or somewhere more where it's high impactful if you mess up, Mm-hmm.
So, Glenn, you think it's important for these kids to, face adversity, understand what it's like to, all right, these guys are much, much better than us. You think that's a crucial part of, I guess, child development when they're going through sports?
Yes, exactly. Or else they're living in a fantasy land,
Yep.
Yeah.
And selfishly, Glenn, I want this kid because I want to win every game by 40. After last year.
Is it selfish now, Glenn, is it selfish of us to try to win every game by 30 after going essentially winless last year?
Basically pulling a Kirk Signetti every game.
No, you're doing the most rational thing ever. You're giving really good players, so the most rational thing to do is to maximize their output.
Appreciate the call, Glenn. Thank you so
Glenn.
much. Thank you so much. We're going to Loxahatchee. Who do we got with us, Christian?
Got our good friend Callahan.
Callahan, Loxahatchee. Callahan, what are your thoughts on this issue? What should we do here?
Hey, look here. Hey, them politics, they wrong. Look here, y'all had a live draft. Everybody opportunity to get the same players y'all got. And they can't strip you players because y'all drafted them. Each coach drafted their players. So they making y'all suffer because y'all got good players?
I completely
Trust me,
preaching
Callahan.
to the choir.
Yep.
Now, how should we handle this? I mean, if they strip us of a couple of our players, this is going to become personal now because should it be in our interest to win every game by as much as we possibly can?
I mean, make up after the first game. Y'all, I mean, is this rule in the rule books that y'all? I mean,
you're saying we should go digging in the
We should go
bylaws?
technicality.
We should
Callahan,
go
we should
digging
hit
in
him
the
on a
bylaws?
technicality.
We get cited. There's definitely a bylaws. There's a rule book that I have.
Yeah.
And we could check
No.
if they could do that. All right.
Yep.
So that's an excellent idea.
That too. And then Callahan, last thing for me, partner. Am I being petty on wanting to win every game by about 50 points after we were the laughing stock and the kick of every joke of the league last year?
My size, when I played in middle school basketball at Duncan Middle School, we went to play guys and they blew us out the door. They ain't like they changed the rules after the first game. No, we had to suffer all year and lose every game. Duncan Middle School was the first year, 1994. It was the first time we had a basketball team. And the first year, I mean, come on, we got blew out every game, but you can't change the rules.
Wow, it still sticks with this. Callahan, you still upset about that? Losing every game back in Duncan?
Yeah, because, I mean, hey, y'all winning, bro. It feels good. You can't take out a star player.
Right. Right. Callahan, my guy, I can always count on you, partner. Appreciate it.
You know, he's right. We should go check out the bylaws.
Yeah, no, he is. We need to find
see
it.
if there's a rule saying you can't change the rosters when they're put together after that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just wrong. With everything we went through last year, I know you're owed nothing. You know, what's the famous saying? Everything's earned, nothing's earned. We're owed a bone. I'm owed a bone.
888-760-3776. Mike and I have a youth basketball team. They're trying to strip us of one of our best players because we were so dominant last night in the first game. John and Jensen Beach, welcome into the program. What do you got for us?
My man, John.
Hey, first off, hats off to you guys for volunteering your time and setting a good example for the youth, man. We need more of that.
We appreciate
that, John.
Hey, did you guys draft, was the team drafted, in a selection process?
It was a normal snake draft process where it goes 1 to 10, 10 to 1. Yes.
So every other coach had the same opportunity to draft the kids that you have on your team, correct?
A couple things I got to say here. Number one, there are a number of kids that get selected and placed onto teams after the draft because they sign up late. You know, they didn't get the paperwork in, whatever it might be. And I think every team has 2 players of that nature. We have 2 of them.
And they're trying to take away one of those kids,
That's
John.
correct.
Because the team's not. So because you guys are developing and coaching well, you're going to get punished.
You nailed it. So what do you think? Should we find a bylaw to outlaw this? Should
John,
we take this to the courthouse?
100%. Find bylaws. Do what you got to put up a stink and talk to the parent of the kid, or the guardian or whatever of the kid, and have them put up a stink and, make it so that it's tough for the league to rip the kid from your roster.
All right, John.
John, thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Well, we heard from the people. Now let's hear from the brass. We'd like to welcome in Benji, who is the president of this league, the president of the Palm Beach Gardens Basketball Youth League that Mike and I coach in. Keep this in mind. This is the guy. This is the guy. You saw the whole game. This is the guy. This is the same guy who wants to strip us of our best player. Benji, welcome in. How are you doing today? What's going on? Have you listened to any of this, and what are your thoughts?
We talked last night. So first of all, thank you for having me on. Long time, first time. So I appreciate you guys having me on. Second of all, just so we're clear, yes, we did 100% have a draft. We have 12 teams in the league. So there was 106 to 7 kids drafted. So everything you said is true. Then after the draft, just like you guys said, we had free agency, variety of reasons why kids sign up, wait list, money, financial reasons, lots of reasons why. And then this kid signed up later after the draft. Just for argument's sake, if he was in the draft, he would have been your first rounder. By the way, you did, I believe, have a top 5 pick.
Yep.
If that is correct.
Yep.
So he's not your, quote, best player, he would be your second best player. But if he was in the draft, he would have been most likely a top 5 pick. So you would have had a choice between your pick and this kid.
Hold on a second. So just because this kid signed up late, Benji, let me get this straight. Who put him on our team? Was it you?
It was Benjamin Schwab talking with, I believe you know somebody named Steve Policina.
Okay, and it was your decision collectively.
Vice president of the league.
Yep.
We had massive discussions for a variety of reasons. It was between you, somebody else. Last year, it was a rough situation. We put you in late. The draft did not go as we expected.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For a variety of reasons.
Bench.
Very political of you, Mr. President. Very political of you, Mr. President. Yeah, you're right. Did not go to plan. Continue.
So I 100% agree. Did not go to plan. But, we appreciate, remember, everybody who volunteers. It's the hardest thing to do, give up 3 to 6 hours a week. So we appreciate it. So this year, your team was very good. Steve helped you during the draft, even though you took his opinion over my opinion. But we'll see. That's to be.
That was my team I drafted
later on. But yes, right. But you did ask for our opinion. I've never seen a head coach ask for a president's opinion during the draft. But, it is a rec league.
All right, so, you're trying to knock us.
Even though you were there at the draft, you had everything. Whatever. But we can forget about that. So what happened was after the draft, he showed up. Now, I know who he was because my kids played basketball against him. He's an amazing baseball player, ridiculous baseball player, as you know. Talking about, during the game, you brought up a baseball thing with catching.
Yeah.
I think it was like pop thing.
Yeah, pop time.
Right?
His pop time's very good.
Even during the game, you're talking about other sports, which is nice. Giving the kids the full attention about talking about baseball during the basketball games was nice. And did you tell the audience that you were on the court the entire game? Or did we forget about that?
Well, Bench, as you can hear, I lost my voice.
We talk about that you're assistant coach.
Yeah.
I've never seen an assistant coach stand up the entire game. I don't know where that's allowed.
So here's what's happening.
Gardens, I was fine with it.
Benji, you're deflecting. You're
deflecting.
Here's what you're saying. You're changing the subject. You're changing the subject.
Yeah.
You put this kid on our team, but you can't admit that you made a mistake.
Back to him.
Benj, if I can't quickly, hang on, Benj. If I can't quickly, all I gotta say is, Benj, he's gonna be devastated, partner. He's gonna be devastated.
Okay.
All right. He's not gonna want to leave. I'm telling you, you're gonna tell him.
Benji's move.
Yeah,
this was your move.
You're gonna tell him.
What are you punching us for?
I guarantee you tell him that he's not allowed to play on our team. He's not gonna play in the league.
Wow. All right.
He probably won't want to play in the league.
Benji,
your thoughts?
Benji would rather him walk away than our team to be good. Go ahead. He's gonna play.
Okay, so let's forget about everything that you just said, which is completely untrue. But it's your radio show. I'm just a guest. Okay, because you're a couple of the points, obviously, which we can get back to later when you guys have time. Your 2 coaches stand during the game. Very unusual. I don't think I've seen that.
He's big on the coaches standing. Benji, you put the kid on our team. You put the kid on our team.
Am I supposed to be sitting? Am I supposed to be sitting?
And I quote. We had to make a call with the first rounder, no names mentioned, that he was injured. So we didn't know if he was 100% at the time. You guys only had 8 kids at the time, where every other team had 9. So we wanted to give you just in case sometimes kids don't show up. It's not fair to only play with 5 or 6 kids. Kids get tired. It's a running clock, So we wanted to make sure there. So after I saw everybody's game last night, which, at 14 points, it's only 1 point for a 3, 1 point for a 2, because we don't like blowouts, because we're a rec league, we're not travel. So we care about
you like blowouts last year,
You were okay with blowouts last year. That's one thing I'll say. We lost by 70 points on multiple occasions.
We lost 70-13.
Nice rule change right when we get good.
So when would you get good? No, I told you during the game, as you were talking baseball, as your assistant coach was on the court screaming about some kid's name. Do you want to mention his name? He picked up 7 fouls in the second quarter.
Love that kid, by the way. He's going to be a stud for us all year.
Not arguing with you. Defensive menace. He's Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Without all the headache. 100% agree. He's your next Dennis Rodman. No, I looked at your team. I looked at the 11 other teams in 7th and 8th grade. And I'm like, what is a fair thing? And I looked at your team, and I'm like, even without this kid, and yes, he's not a basketball player first. Let's keep that in mind. Okay, he plays basketball on the side. It's not his primary sport. So what I looked at is how do I make the team fair? Now, I didn't pull a Nico Harrison and make the worst trade ever. Okay?
We're not getting
What
a
I
trade
did-
out of this. We're not getting anything
back.
back.
We're not getting
This
any-
is worse than that.
Bench,
We're not even getting anything back.
We have 9
You're
players.
stripping him from
so
our
when
team.
You have 9 kids. When you have 9 kids, that means kids A get to play more. Which is what
Oh,
he's
now
about.
he's trying to play more. Benji, they play the same
Two,
amount.
Benji, this player looked at me and said, this player looked at me last night and said, Coach, I don't want to play unless I'm
fell in
playing
love with
here
basketball
and here.
on
He
this
did.
court last night playing with
did.
us. He
He's
fell in
gonna-
love with
he's
basketball.
gonna go-
You're going to strip him of his love of the game.
He's going to go by winning. And listen, I plan on winning every game by 40 if I can. I'm going Signetti.
I'm going
Benji.
You
I'm
don't
going.
like blowouts.
Listen,
We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
I'm going Signetti every game I
If
can.
you
All right.
Take yourself from being a head coach. Put yourself in as would I rather have all the teams kind of like the NFL? We all want parity, right? We all want every team to have a chance each game. I'm looking at across the board. There's 1 or 2 teams that don't have a chance for a variety of reasons. Remember, we're all volunteers. Some people know the game of basketball. Some people don't. But yet we still ask them to do a lot, and we ask them to help out. So when I saw a team that was struggling the night before, and Steve and I, who Steve was in Atlanta, spoke about an hour last night, hour today in between his meetings with, I think, Zaxby's and Papa John's. Steve got up on the phone to talk to me, and we talked about it, and Steve and I's number one objective, is to say what's fair for the league. And as a president who's not a coach, even though his son's on a team, I'm not a coach. And even though we play you guys Saturday, that doesn't matter. That did not take
This
into
is why.
consideration.
Hang on. That's why. That's
Hold
why.
on, you just slipped that in there. Benji, pause, my friend. You just slipped by this. So the game,
my son is not playing against you guys. My son's out.
Oh, he's not playing.
Therefore, you guys are still right. My son's got a bone bruise.
Okay.
He's week to week, so he's not playing against you. The number 1 point guard in the league.
Oh, okay.
He's top load management.
Okay.
He's resting, but what I'm trying to do is I looked at the betterment of the league. You can ask your lovely callers, what is the best thing for the league? Do I look at 2 coaches and trying to, as you guys call it, give up the love of the game for one child who's 12 years old, who doesn't know the love of the game because that's not his first game? I'm not giving up his baseball, life. I'm giving up his second or third sport because the kid's got a cannon in flag football. So he could go Division I in probably any of the 3 sports. But the main sport is baseball. This is his hobby. So when you guys who consider yourselves young, energetic coaches, you make one trade, you make one move, and all of a sudden it blows up. Like it kind of, I should go back to Steve, and like, can these guys handle adversity, pressure there? Because last year no one expected anything.
Now,
no one expected you guys, and you guys did it. You guys proved, okay, with adversity, with struggles, there. And by the way, this year, when we give you good players and a good team, and we're stripping your free agent pickup, who wasn't part of the draft.
Now you did.
Now you guys, I'm sorry I'm hogging the airtime, which I'll stop in 5 seconds. It's like this adversity, this pressure, all this comes, and you guys, after one game, is like, oh, I got to have a whole show because what the president's doing is illegal. It's immoral. What should we do? Should we call it HOA? Should we get a lawyer involved? Yeah, it's pressure. Like, if you guys can't handle it, just let me know. Like, I don't know if Michael Kay's available. David Kaplan from Chicago.
Hey,
I know. Good friends with Cap. I'm personal friends with Cap. You want to talk to Cap?
Benji,
I'll get Cap on this. I'll get Cap on this show right now.
The president of our Youth Basketball Association with us now. Benji, I got one more question before. We got to let you go. But one question. Last year, when you were thinking about parity, because you're so big on making sure the league is fair and parity, did you take players off of the top teams in the league? Yes or no?
No, but I gave you 2 very good
Oh,
players.
so
there we go. That's it.
That's
it.
That's
right
all
there.
I need to know.
So
that's all I need to know.
What are we
That's
gonna
all
tell,
I need to know.
What are we going to tell this young man?
Let's see what a jury has to say.
What are we going to tell this outstanding young man when he shows up to practice tonight? You got to go home?
Appreciate it, Benji. For those who don't know, Mike and I have a 7th and 8th grade team. Boys basketball, we had our first game last night. We won by about 35 points. and the president of the league, who was sitting courtside with us, decides to strip us of one of our better players of a free agent acquisition that he, the president, did himself.
After we lost every game last year by 60
Stripped
points.
us of one of our top talents.
Now, Mike, David Stern, you're a fan of him, right?
One of the best commissioners of all time. Adam Silver's ruined the NBA.
He put the axe on the Chris Paul to the Lakers move, didn't he?
He sure did.
He did.
The one thing about that is the NBA owned the Hornets at the point. NBA owned the Hornets. So they didn't interfere on two third parties. The Hornets it was the mixture of before Jordan. There was a politics involved, but you're right. He was dead wrong to do that.
You don't.
Parody. You want to scream about parody? Break apart the Thunder.
I feel for the child. I feel for the child.
888-760-3776. Miguel in West Palm, I appreciate you hanging around there after talking to the president. What are your thoughts on this matter?
Well, hey, guys, long-time listener, first-time caller, okay?
All right,
but
Miguel, appreciate that.
what I got to say about it, it sounds like you guys got a great team, and you got a free agent that he put on. So that's not your fault. He put that person on your team. So why make you guys suffer? And then on top of that, he said that his kid is playing on another team. So
we're playing him Saturday. Miguel, we're playing him Saturday.
That's what I'm saying. So he doesn't want you to blow them out, by his mistake.
Right.
He made that mistake, or so to speak, put that kid on your team. Now he doesn't want his kid to get blown out and the team to get blown out.
Miguel,
I say win every game, win by 50 points every game until then. You know what I mean?
I'm going Signetti every game.
Appreciate the call, Miguel. Thank you so much. We got to talk to Chris Swagger. We're looping a third party on this. Kaiser University Athletic Director. Coming up after this, it's Russo Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Wing Wednesday, brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings. 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, handcrafted cocktails. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
The Unlimited Auto Wash Clubs with 6 locations, perfect for an occasional wash, or enjoy unlimited inside and out washes starting at just $49.95 a month. UnlimitedAutoWashClub.com. Call 561-WASH-ME-TOO.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com. pbhnphysiciangroup.com to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group.
Every family has dreams, a vacation, a new car, or a rainy day fund. With a Boost savings account from Flagler Credit Union, your dreams can become reality. Earn up to 3.25 annual percentage yield with no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and easy access to your funds. Whether you're saving for life's big moments or everyday expenses, a Boost savings account helps you reach your goals faster. Open a Boost savings account today and start boosting your future at Flagler Credit Union. Boost checking is required. Other qualifications apply. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do. Hey! Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc.
Attention business owners, the next several months are going to be super busy. Why not let us take some of the burden off of you? Get the help you need from Intelligent Office in Palm Beach Gardens. Professional live receptionists to answer, screen, and forward all of your calls to you live. Why do you need a virtual assistant? No high salaries, no holidays or sick pay, no call-outs, no turnover, and no additional equipment. Call 561-472-8400 or visit intelligentoffice.com to learn more how we can help you streamline your day.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar & Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies, and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar & Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Listen, been a car accident, truck accident, suffered a slip and fall. My friends Mark Anajar and Glenn Levine at Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys are the type that like to fight for you. They don't even charge you unless you win. They work tirelessly to get you the maximum compensation that you deserve. Don't settle for just any attorney. Demand the best. Demand Anajar and Levine today, because it takes that one phone call and take back control of your life. Don't wait. Call for the free consultation. Now call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Take back control with Anajar and Levine. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Christian Cat, 1-0 in youth basketball officially with our 7th and 8th grade team that we won by about 30 points last night. Somebody who's well aware of blowing teams out of the water and doesn't have his best players stripped from his team mid-season. Let's loop in the Kaiser University Athletic Director, Chris Swagger.
It's time to ask the AD. Kaiser University Athletic Director Chris Swagger joins Russo and Rizzo to talk all things college sports, the latest on Kaiser athletics and more. Ask the AD is presented by Kaiser Seahawks Athletics. Learn more at KUSeahawks.com.
Mr. Swagger, welcome into the program. We haven't spoken in a bit. What's going on? How we doing?
Good. Just actually left the pitch about an hour ago. Our men's soccer team captured the conference championship.
Yeah, again, and towards the end of the season here, next couple
weeks.
Yeah,
got the regular season, then just won the conference tournament. Our women's team kicks off in about an hour and 15 minutes up in Lakeland, so they'll get a chance to capture conference championship for the women. Volleyball team had an exciting 5-set thriller yesterday, so they'll be playing on Friday in the semis of the conference tournament.
Where was that?
That was over in Ave Maria, Florida.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then we got home wrestling match for Southeastern tomorrow. So a lot of great things happening. A lot of postseason runs are kind of coming to fruition now, and we're getting ready to ramp it up and hopefully win some championships.
A couple more national championships. 26 we're at right now?
26 right now.
All right. How about that? So talking about winning championships, you're never numb to it, but you're well aware of what it takes to win a championship. You know what the steps you have to take.
Talk about the 2-time, conference AD of the year over here.
Is it 2-time or 5-time?
It's not 5. It might be 3, actually. I don't know. It might be 2 or 3. I don't know.
Let's meet in the middle.
I don't know. We'll meet
in the middle at 3.
In his office.
We'll meet in the middle at 3.
Mike and I are coaching a youth basketball team. 7th and 8th grade boys. We're coached up in Palm Beach Gardens. We're volunteering our time. We have no kids attached to any team in the league. We coached our first game last night. This is our second season coaching. Last season, we only won one game. We lost multiple games by 50 points.
Final score at one of the game was 73-13.
They didn't care last year about how our team performed, but this year, we won last night. President of the league was sidelined watching the game with us. And the first thing they do, before the clock didn't even strike 0, and he was deciding to take away one of our players and shift him to another team. And I'm curious, you're a guy who's got kids. You understand what it's like at youth athletics. You've seen it before. Is he dead wrong here? Is he dead wrong here in terms of taking off one of our better players, who, by the way, I'll add some context. This is a drafted league. I drafted the team. He was a free agent ad post-draft. He joined the league late, and it was the president and the vice president, who you know, Steve Politziner, our company's president at Good Karma Brands. It was his decision to add this kid to our team.
Do people pay to be in this league?
I believe so.
I mean, I've been there. I've coached like I-9 soccer for my kids and stuff. And one year I had a really good team, and one year I didn't. So I've never
seen both sides of the ball.
I've seen both sides. I do feel like you guys coaching is kind of like the guys in Goodwill Hunting. They just kind of hang out at the baseball field, like with no like.
Colin loves that movie.
Like you guys are just back there like giving tips and pointers.
We're highly involved coaches. We'll put it that way.
We are.
How many kids are on your team?
We had 10 last night.
Now we have 9.
See, that's where I would see. I've coached it where that's where I could possibly draw the line as far as being okay with it.
But isn't there
Just because I've had, I
You
mean,
know what we did? We did 4 minutes, 1-5, 4 minutes the next 5. We did that.
well, I'm saying if there's
entire game.
another team that has 6 people, is what I'm
missing
saying.
the point. You're missing the point.
I don't think there's another team that has 16.
Swags,
And you're saying a different player should have been taken.
I'm not saying any player should have been taken.
But if they did, you would have a list of players.
I'm not selecting which kid should hit the chopping block.
if-
I'm saying
No.
that this should not happen.
Our
period.
team shouldn't be getting touched right now.
But
they
if
gave
there's
us
a-
this. They gave us Swags. Hear me out on this. Okay. They
We
gave
just
us.
had Benji on. He just called in.
Correct.
And he danced around the fact that he
Here's
gave us the
thing.
wrong
He
play.
gave us his player.
He gave us
All
his
right, he
player.
gave us his
And then he
player.
was upset that
We
Mike and I
played-
are on the court screaming and yelling. Yeah, Benji, this has nothing to do with that.
Right. And
Talking about parity and making the league fair.
Where I'm frustrated is this. Colin drafted the team this year. We're great. We didn't draft the team last year, and we basically said, hey, we'll coach the team that is available. That's what happened. And it was the word. Listen, we love our kids.
Love our kids.
We loved
Great
our
kids.
kids last year.
Great kids.
Take a bullet for them.
Not the most basketball inclined
We-
people I've ever seen in my entire
Chris,
life.
I
Put it
was
that way.
teaching them how to do a bounce pass, okay? We were struggling to get the ball at the court. They were adding players to the worst team, which was us. They weren't taking players away from the best team, and that is exactly what is happening now. So you're telling me after Colin and I lost the game 73-13, and I was sitting in my car wondering what the hell happened. I'm ruining these kids' friggin' experience. This is miserable. I'm calling my father. I was a mess in these games last year. And finally, we have a great team. And just because we have a great team, they're going to strip it from us now. It's ridiculous. As you can tell, I don't have a voice.
Yeah.
I was so happy last night. I was screaming bloody murder the whole game. Okay? It's ridiculous. We're now the team who was losing by 70 is now winning by 30. And now you want to play, oh, you're too good. How about the guy last year who ran the score up on us twice? I'm going to win that game by 70 points when we play
75
that
points.
guy. Our best players have played 40 minutes.
You're sympathizing with the president here.
Again, if someone doesn't have that many people,
It's not about the numbers. They evenly distribute.
I told you guys.
There's no team.
I told
with
you,
60.
you guys are the bad guys in the Mighty Ducks. They took him and threw him on the Mighty Ducks because of the district realignment.
Swags, they told us that basically the integrity of we would be too good if we had this player on our
now
team.
we're too good.
Now we're too good.
Now there's a too
But
good
last
clause.
Year,
There wasn't a too good clause last year.
Last year,
There's none of that.
Last year, Colin and I were to tears in our car, losing 73-13.
Were you taunting people yesterday?
No, absolutely not.
Were you?
No.
I shook every single coach. Said there is
That,
one.
that's okay, but during the game, because that could also.
No.
No.
We weren't. Chris,
The
we weren't.
players, the players do their own thing.
Chris,
but no,
there's
we
one
didn't-
coach.
The players were taunting.
All right,
Chris,
hold on. No.
No, God, no.
They were,
God, no.
celebrating a 3-pointer. Is that taunting?
I don't know. Were they like doing
They're not
like that
saying these
gunshot
guys-
to the thing? Like,
No.
pull an arrow out of
No.
their.
No, John
Okay.
Morancelli.
They weren't pulling a Jamal Murray.
No,
okay.
There is one individual where it's personal for me in this league. That's it. It's a coach. No names, please. Colin knows who it is. Benji knows who it is. I'm playing our best player 40 minutes that game. He's staying on the court. Outside of that, there's no issues at all. And that stems from a playoff game last year where this guy, you
guys, you
We
got your
got into
kids
it.
slapping the floor.
Well, we're going to practice tonight, and I'll
Oh,
tell you, it'll
okay.
be a motivated practice. I'll tell you that. So,
but also a practice. We're going to have to look at this player and go, you got to go home.
you got to go home.
What is that?
Unless you
it's like,
unless
hey,
you
John,
file an appeal.
You know what's great? It's like you have a great practice.
What do his parents think?
We haven't talked to- we have not talked to them yet.
spoken to them.
I mean, we might want to do that if it's a minor we're discussing.
No, but like they're just shifting him off. He's like this. He's a baseball player, right? He's a great baseball player. That's his main sport. He's doing this as sort of a hobby, but he's an athlete. So like he could clearly walk into a rec league and be pretty dominant because he's a good athlete.
Right.
I don't think there's no scheduling conflicts. The parents put the kid in the league and they say, all right, what team? Fine, go do
And
your
he
thing.
shows up, and guess what? He
And
shows
showed
up.
And what Mike? What did he tell you?
He told me last night, because we thought about subbing him on at some point. He goes, I'm not going on the court unless it's with these two. We're a package deal.
How about that?
Word for word.
That's
and now I got to tell
that's
this kid.
building a love for the
and
game.
Now
and
I
this
And
president.
now you lose the other two kids too. Now you're gonna lose all three.
Now I got to tell this child.
Good point.
Now I got to tell this child, this adolescent, that he's got to go home from practice and he's not going to get coached by Russo and Rizzo. It's a joke. It's a joke. Where was this last year? That guy who ran up the score on us. Take away his best player last year.
Here's what I
All
finished
right?
it. Here's where I finished it. We had the president call in. We were about 15 minutes with him, and he was just dancing around the fact that he's dead wrong. And we asked him at the end. I said, all right, if you're so interested in parity, you want to take away a player on the best team, fine. Did you do this last year when Mike and I's team was substantially worse than everybody else?
73-13.
Did you remove players from the top teams and put them on the bottom teams? And he said no. I said, thank you for the call. Thank you. That's
Chris,
all I need to hear.
73-13, me contemplating everything in my car.
You know,
I sat in that car for 5 minutes before I
Kaiser's
pulled
too
out of that
dominant.
locker room.
Kaiser's too dominant. Let's take off some of these players.
You know what?
We lose people to NIL.
You know what?
People
Chris,
leave.
stop it.
At the end
Chris,
of the
stop
year,
it. Stop it. How about this year?
All
Shea Spencer says, all right, so Shea Spencer comes back this year. All right, you know what? We're going to take Shea Spencer off of Kaiser. You guys are too good.
To another team in conference.
We're going to
To
put him
another
on.
team
We're going to
stinks.
put him on St.
Oh,
Thomas.
we want
We're going to
parity.
put him on St. Thomas.
26 national champions, too many. We got to make sure other teams get national championships.
After Colin and I lost 73-13, I can't listen to that.
Oh, the Kaiser
I can't
University.
listen
Oh,
to
the tennis team just got their first. Let's take away all their guys. It's too many. They got too many.
Right.
Lacrosse just went 3 in a row. No, I can't do that.
And
Then now we get angry and get back at them. So it is what it is.
Oh, boy, what about the players? You'd be fighting
about
for
the
your players.
child?
You'd be on the front lines. And don't tell me you won't. You'd be on the front lines at the conference trying to get involved to make the conference more.
The worst part about this
you'd be on
is
the front lines. You'd have the picket. You'd be at the picket. You'd be right in front.
Like
You'd
the
have
NFL
torch.
schedule. I mean,
You'd
they
have
do
the
it
torch.
right now.
You'd have the torch up front.
Chris.
You'd have the torch and the pitchfork up front in the front lines for the Sun Conference in front of the building.
The child and his experience. That's the most important part here. He's going to go to some stinker
you're
and be
sacrificing
miserable.
that, and you put him on the
I
worst team.
guarantee you he stops showing up to games within 3 games. I guarantee you. Because he's on an awful team.
Or he
he's
shows
having
up
an
and goes
awful
for 30
experience.
next game.
He's not beating. First of all, nobody's beating us. We're still going to be great.
You're going to walk in, there's going to be an all-star team. You're going to be like, who are those guys? It's like one person from every team consolidated to one team.
We're
What
that
would you
good.
do if
We're
that
that
happened?
we're that good. I'm not we're that good.
If I show up on Saturday and see him on the opposite bench on Benji's son's team,
Here's the thing.
I'm gonna
President
freak out.
has skin in the game. His son is not playing because he's hurt right now. But we play that team on Saturday, and he's not coaching the team. He's not coaching the
and
team.
he's ripping, in all intents and purposes, this child is our second best player on the team and leads our second unit, and will average a double-double every single
he's
game
a
if he
savvy
plays for
GM
Russo
and
and
he
Rizzo.
just made a good
no,
deal.
That's what I'm saying.
No, he's
Luka
dead
from-
wrong.
That is colluding. That is colluding.
And he's dead wrong.
Dead
He
wrong.
gave us
He's dead wrong.
gave us the player.
He's dead wrong.
And now they're
and then
taking
we're
the
asking
player
about
away
it. And he's
from
talking
us.
about Mike and I getting off the bench during the game because
Right.
we're yelling too
See,
much.
I asked if you guys did something wrong, and you
We
said
didn't
no.
do anything wrong. I coached. That's what I do. I coach.
Trying to win.
You go with slick back like Pat Riley?
Christian knows.
He should.
Hang
He
on.
should.
Christian
With
knows.
his full suit, with the old suit.
Yeah, you
Christian knows who Coach Lynch is. My high school coach. He was a screamer. I learned from Coach Lynch. Rest in peace to the great Coach Lynch. I'm a screamer. It's how I am during these games. I got a lot to say.
I didn't appreciate that shot from Commissioner Benji saying that it was weird that the coach was standing the whole game.
Yeah, that was weird. He's deflecting.
That's a weird shot.
Deflecting.
It is.
I think you should go with slick back hair the whole way, suit.
I'd have to get
You're
some
big
gel.
on the look. What about the ethicality of taking this?
Chewing some gum. Like
The ethicality of taking this kid off our team is wrong morally.
Very much so.
Morally.
Very much so.
Morally. Think about the good of the league. Think about the good of the kid's experience. Mike's right. His experience. He had a great time last night.
The adolescent is
He had
the
a
one
great
suffering
time.
here. The child,
Yeah,
the young.
I don't have a side on this one. I mean, I hate to tell you guys, but
Colin, I guarantee you, he's going to show up to that team and go,
I don't
I'm
know
all
that.
right.
it's a
Who knows?
rec league.
He's-
I mean, come on, guys. It's a rec league.
He's going to show up to that practice and go, you know what, I'm good. I'm all right.
Rec league usually it's like if you're getting pizza after the game or something good, then it's all worth it. I mean,
Listen, let me add one more thing.
I have been in a tough spot though with coaching kids before. And one year I had a good team, and one it was like I don't know who's going to show up, and it definitely was
when the team's not that good, right? You start worrying about attendance.
yeah, and it was challenging. So
now you're sympathizing with the teams who are poor in our league because they need a little better.
What about
help.
us last year
What
that
about
won
us? What
1
about
and
us?
30?
You would have laughed us out of the gym.
I would have, yeah, I would have.
It's terrible. That's why we're winning every game.
I
That's
would've
why
You would have been first in line.
That's
You
why.
would've been
That's
first
why.
in line.
That's why Colin and I plan to win every single game by a significant
by
margin.
100 points.
By a significant
100
margin.
points. And you know what they do now? They didn't do this last year. New rule. Every time the lead gets to 14 points, every shot, every point, bucket, basket, three-pointer, whatever it might be, for the winning team, just 1 point the rest of the way.
And
Where was that last year?
Maybe they sympathize with your team from last year.
They
and they're
sympathized
trying
with our team last year in the middle of the. They can
and they're
change
trying
everything.
to make changes.
No, it should be 25. 14 is where we can make my team can make a 14-point lead disappear in 2 minutes. 14 points. That's a swing. That's a 60-second segment in a basketball game.
And
that's all you guys scored in one game. So I mean,
you'd be lying.
was last year, not this team, not this group.
People take the youth sports seriously. People are in it to win. You know that, especially at the 7th and 8th grade level. You know, they might be doing this for fun. People want to win. Mike and I want to win. The coaches want to win.
Especially after.
But it's about the kids.
It's about them having a great time.
All right.
But hold on. It's like they asked Jordan in the last dance. He's like, I want my teammates to experience this as well. We're the same way.
Right.
We want them to have a great time. We want them to say, I was on a championship-winning team.
And I already told you, the kid's going to stop showing up. He's going to go to this god-awful team. He's going to go to this stinker, and he's not going to show up.
I don't know about that.
He's going to go, God, I had so much fun with Coach Rizzo, Coach Russo and Rizzo and all my teammates. Now I'm on this team. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to focus on my other sports. That's what's going to happen here. I guarantee you. Benj, if you're still listening.
Wow. All right.
Career ended.
It's all right. Chris Swagger with us now, the Kaiser University Athletic Director with Mike Rizzo and Colin Russo. On to the college sports side of things. I do want to get your thoughts. You want to talk about unfair? I'll tell you actually what's unfair. College basketball started right now. You know where people are starting to dive in? You know, the transfer portal has been the new thing. People are starting to dive into the professional scene to get players to commit. There have been multiple players, I believe about 4 now, who have been G League level players, and they have now signed. Louisville got one of them. They have now opening recruitment back into college after going into the G League, which I believe you could jump from high school, which is a sub-professional league, if not a professional league. And they are now going back into college and entering the recruitment fold. Now, that changes things if that's allowed, and it's been allowed to this point. I don't know if the NCAA has made a ruling on it. I don't know if they're investigating it, but I know that these kids have been allowed to commit. And I wanted to get your perspective on the level of professional sports, because you can make your argument college sports is now somewhat professional. The level of professional sports that you can play versus when you go back to collegiate athletics. Is this wrong, or is this just another reflection of the new reality?
I would say it's wrong because of inconsistencies. I mean, you've had kids that have sat because they don't have core competency classes, or just things that are just
academic standards.
Yeah, things that you look at and you're like, this makes no sense. So I think that's the NCAA's biggest issue is the inconsistencies there, where some kids have had to sit for something way less, and then you bring a kid in that isn't obviously a professional or has gained an advantage by playing in a professional league, a competitive advantage. I think the biggest issue in college sports right now is just trying to figure out exactly what is the mission, because before it was giving kids an opportunity to come get better and move on. And when you start bringing people in that are already professionals and bring them back into that fold, it just kind of mixes the signal, right?
Essentially, it is a professional league at this point, right? College sports is starting to turn
into
into
if you're going to go to that conclusion, you got to draw a line somewhere.
Right, but I don't think, I mean, if you think the amount of colleges, Division I, Division II, Division III, NAI, like, it isn't. I mean, I think at the highest of highs, I would agree. But then there's a lot of people that get impacted who are there to get a college degree, are there to get better, potentially earn some playing time down the road. Stuff like this starts to negatively impact them as well, because it's a trickle-down effect, right? The amount of spots available and the amount of time you get to play is short. So, for every kid that's had to sit in the past because they didn't, the school they went to missed a certain class that they had to take, but their GPA was high. I mean, it's crazy.
And a lot of coaches have spoken. Tom Izzo, the coach of Michigan State, has spoken out about it. Dan Hurley, a bunch of other guys who are. It sort of turned into a little bit of a turf war, whether these guys want to start dipping into this professional talent. Now, you can make one argument. There are guys who come in internationally who have played in professional leagues at that level abroad, where they're at a young age. You could enter those leagues early, and they have jumped over into college.
I mean, look at Illinois. I mean, the University of Illinois has had a ton of European players.
I just don't know
do this.
if you can do it at maybe you're drawing lines, you're being inconsistent, like you said. I don't know if you could do that at an American level. A league that's associated with the NBA. The NBA subsidizes that league, and
Right.
it's like a minor leagues back to college.
Right.
And that, to me, is we're dancing on the line. At what point do you just merge it, right? Just make it a developmental league for the NBA. Like, that's where we're at, because now these guys can decide, oh, the G League, these guys are too good, or I've gotten a lot better, but I think I could get better looks at the draft going back to college and dominating.
Well, it seems to me that they made a mistake. In their minds, that they made a mistake going to said professional league.
But that was the rule the old days. If you made that decision to go pro,
I'm not against
them
the money thing
regaining
too.
eligibility.
The money thing too, right? That they want to go back and get NIL because the G League might not be as lucrative as Kansas paying me millions of dollars.
So in the NAI, you can regain your amateur status, but there's you have to sit for a year. There's some. So I'm okay with that.
So what does that look like? So if somebody is trying to regain amateur status from
so
what? From a professional setting?
Yeah. So like, say you went to the G League and then you wanted, you had years of eligibility in terms of attendance left, you could apply to get your amateur status back and play, but you'd have to sit. There's criteria.
Right.
So I would be okay with that, because if you made a bad decision,
you gotta sit for it.
You got to sit a year, or you got to catch up with classes or whatever. There's just boxes you got to check. I'm more okay with that than the initial. I played. To your point, a booster walks in, or someone walks in under the table and says, "Hey, I can give you an NIL deal if you go here."
Yep.
Like that. That just doesn't seem to be fitting the mission of college athletics as what it was intended. That it just sounds bad, and it's.
And Chris, that's every Division I school right now. Like every Division I school that competes at a high level, in my opinion, is doing exactly what you just said, including my school.
Right.
Because at what point are we going to start dipping into the guys who have actually played professionally?
Right.
Like, why are we drawing the line at the G League versus the NBA?
Right.
And at what point was that going to start merging? And the NFL doesn't necessarily have a developmental league underneath it, but can you go get a CFL guy and then come back, or a Canadian Football League, or the United Football League? Can those guys start coming back to college because they didn't get their fair shot at the NFL? Right. That's where you start to draw lines, and we start to get confused as to where this is heading. And I don't know if you have to really shut the door on it. Maybe you're right.
I think you do. Because again, I think it because again, there are kids on teams that are there for the college experience, there to get a degree. Once you kind of start, especially with basketball, the roster is much smaller. Football is pretty diverse. Some of the other rosters, baseball is pretty large, but with basketball, there's only so many opportunities out there.
Right.
Rosters are smaller. It's more cutthroat.
Yeah, it's more cutthroat. So to me, they definitely have to draw a line. I think right now, it's always getting beat up like left and right in the court. So I think that's part of it too. Is I don't know if they want to fight another battle and go through another lawsuit. So I think that's part of the other issue.
It's almost like people see that they're like, the NCAA is bleeding, and like we could take advantage. It's like blood in the water.
Yeah, you roll the dice and see can we is someone going to fight me on this, or is this one we're going to get by? And if they're not willing to fight that battle, then you're probably going to. Now, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen a year or two from now. Kind of like the fifth year for some of these guys this year, where they're granted that fifth year. If they didn't play at a Division I level, JUCO, NAI, whatever, they got that extra year this year, but that may not carry on. So, to me, the biggest issue with all of it, and I would think any coach or any administrator, is just it's inconsistent. Playing any game, rec league, basketball, where rosters change daily, it gets frustrating.
Right.
Go back to what you guys are saying. Like, you got to know what the rules are, and if I know what the rules are and everyone's playing by them, I'm okay with whatever the outcome is. But if the line starts moving, that's where people are going to get mad.
Last thing here before we let you go. LSU is filing a report, or Brian Kelly's attorneys have filed a report, that LSU is trying to essentially dodge their $54 million buyout, and that they have not formally terminated him, and they're trying to terminate him, quote, for cause, to make a settlement, essentially, in terms of a lessened buyout. Does LSU have any ground to stand on here, or are they going to get stomped over by Kelly's attorneys?
That thing's a mess, man. In my opinion, when all these jobs became open, if you get rid of how it went down, that was probably the best job.
Right. Definitely.
Agreed.
Right? They've won 3 national championships, 3 different coaches, state of Louisiana. They're
SEC.
Yeah, they're the king there. You're a fertile recruiting ground. That was the job. And now, who's calling the shots? Who's doing what? Essentially from what you said and from what I read briefly, it's kind of like they told him not to come to work, and then when he didn't come to work, they're saying you didn't, so we're firing.
Yeah, right. They're like looking for a reason to.
They're
just
looking
get
for
out
a loophole to where they don't have to pay him the whole $50 million that are guaranteed.
And to me, it's just bad practice. I get it's money, I get it's a buyout, but yeah, I would be hesitant if I was the coach walking into that situation.
Do you think it's hurting them now?
Look, depending on what they're paying, someone's going to take the job, obviously. But I would just say the way everything has gone down, there's just a lot of question marks where I think before that was a slam dunk job.
Right.
Again, 3 different people have gone there. 3 different people have won. Now, I mean, I guess they named an AD. I think they promoted the person who was there. They got a president, but just the way it went down, you want to know that you're going to be given X amount of time to build the thing, right? So if it's that 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, I don't know. But now there's probably some uncertainty on how much time am I going to have? How are they going to handle it? Can I trust anything that they say?
Yep.
And that's probably a big thing that's going to deter some people, especially if you're at a good job now. So if
you're not going after somebody who's like, oh, this is a surefire
well,
thing.
say if I don't have a job, like let's just say Franklin. If Franklin doesn't have a job, that okay. But if I'm at a school, if I'm Lane Kiffin, and I'm at an institution where I have a good relationship with AD, good relationship with my president, and I know what I have in front of me, am I willing to risk all that to take a job with all this uncertainty looming? I don't know. I mean, I think that's a tough one.
It hurts the optics of the job for sure.
Yeah, and I think it hurts the candidate pool. So I don't know what they're doing, but again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm sure they've consulted their legal team, and they
Kelly's
said
getting
it was
that buyout. Kelly's getting that buyout.
He's going to get that buyout, but listen, is LSU in the wrong? Absolutely. But at the same time, I feel LSU. That guy was a nightmare. God, you're going to give that guy $50 million.
It just goes to show how much leverage these coaches have. Because they can get these 9-year contracts where they're with $100 million.
And Kelly whose fault was it? I mean,
it was
I don't agree with him.
It was the same AD that hired A&M.
I know, but I'm saying I don't blame the coach for signing the contract.
Oh, God, no. I don't blame him at all.
They got so much contract.
But it's like if you put yourself in LSU's shoes, like, my God, this guy is getting $50 million from us for what? Missing the playoff for 4 years in a row? I understand that.
Now, what's up ahead here for Kaiser University? Is the winter sports start here pretty soon or no?
Yeah, winter sports are off and running. Okay. Like I said, we got wrestling tomorrow night at home versus Southeastern. This Saturday, we've got doubleheader conference opener for men's and women's basketball, 2 and 4 at home.
Doubleheader. I like that. That's
cool.
Cool.
St. Thomas. Men's football wraps up their season on Saturday up in Lakeland. They'll play Warner, and then on Sunday is the selection show for the playoffs. So we'll figure out what seed we get, kind of if we get a bye in the opening round, kind of have a better idea. NAI playoffs are unique because they reseed every round, so it's not a true tournament, so you don't necessarily know what your path looks like. So within the next 2 weeks, could be hosting women's and men's soccer opening rounds on campus or going somewhere. Football, hopefully host a couple opening rounds.
Nice.
Basketball's going, wrestling, so it's a fun time of the year. It's busy between that and the holidays. It's definitely interesting.
All righty. Chris, we appreciate it as always. Appreciate you giving us you got to change your mind, by the way, about this youth basketball thing, because I'm surprised you're not on our side because we're too dominant. And you think you're Mr. Parody all of a sudden after winning 35 national championships?
Stuff changes very quickly.
I can't listen to that.
Stuff changes very quickly.
You're the antithesis of
Parody. So I'm just saying, just because you say you're dominant today doesn't mean you're going to be dominant tomorrow. So we'll see.
Especially when the league gets involved.
Yeah, they'll start moving some players around. You'll walk out. 6'3" guy from Lithuania is going to be out there from the G League. Yeah.
That's Chris Swagger, the Kaiser University Athletic Director. Ask the AD with Kaiser University. Go to KUCHawks.com to see more. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Christian Gatt. The second hour of Russo and Rizzo. Coming up after this, it's Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-7473. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Hey guys, Mike Rizzo here. I know you're moving soon. Don't stress it. Call Good Greek for your total relocation solution. From packing and storage to local and long-distance moves, Spiro and his team at Good Greek Moving and Storage has you covered from start to finish. Trusted by families, businesses, and teams like the Heat and the Hurricanes for over 2 decades. Make your next move simple, safe, and stress-free.
Good Greek Moving and Storage. Your superhero movers.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUCHawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
In sports and in life, how you move matters. So when injuries or pain get in the way, the orthopedic specialists at HSS Florida provide world-class care to get you moving again. From non-surgical and surgical care to personalized rehabilitation, HSS Florida offers the same quality and expertise you expect from HSS, the world's #1 in orthopedic care. With 2 convenient locations in West Palm Beach and Wellington. Learn more at hss.edu/Florida. Choose better, move better. better.
During football season, keep your home in the win column with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can score 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong on the field, not in your living room. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the trusted MVP since 2006. Visit EDSisyes.com today, kick off your game day comfort, and don't sweat the small stuff.
Every great performance starts with a plan. Your game plan for greatness begins at Men's Only Medical. Dr. Al is redefining men's health with concierge care and cutting-edge treatments tailored just for you. From anti-aging and weight management to cardiovascular health, skin, and hair, they've got you covered. Expect personalized care and advanced technology to help you look, feel, and perform your best. Visit mensonlymedical.com. Men's Only Medical, setting a new standard for men's health.
Wing Wednesday, brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings. 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, handcrafted cocktails. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
Does your business leave a lasting impression? Attractive, eye-catching signs help you stand out from the crowd and create a strong brand identity. Our team at Signorama West Palm are experts in helping your business get noticed and get effective signage in front of your potential customers. Our team can turn your blank windows or plain vehicles into money-making branding machines by drawing customers' attention to your business. So if you're looking to leave that lasting impression, call us 561-687-7993 or visit signoramawpb.com.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Wing Wednesday, brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings. 30 bold flavors, ice-cold beer, handcrafted cocktails. Your home for sports is Hurricane Grill and Wings. Find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
Whether it's a clutch touchdown pass, a game-winning dunk, or an impressive dash to the finish, we want to highlight the best performance of the week. The winning performance will receive $500 courtesy of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Catch the biggest moments and winners all season long on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN West Palm Play. Nominate them today by emailing highschool@espnwestpalm.com. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro.
There are just a few Dolphins games left this season at Hard Rock Stadium. If you've been thinking about getting to a game, now's the time. Single game tickets are still available with seats across all levels, from the 300s to premium club options. Dolphins football is about more than what happens on the field. It's about who you're with, the atmosphere, and being part of something bigger. Grab your tickets now at MiamiDolphins.com/tickets.
The 5 p.m. hour is presented by Good Greek Moving and Storage, the world's only total relocation company. Local or long distance, they've got you covered.
Good Greek Moving and Storage. Your superhero movers.
Now, it's time for a little R&R.
Ball into the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo! Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy! Light him up, Colin!
The 5 p.m. hour of Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3, presented by Good Greek Moving and Storage. You get Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Christian Catt. We're at the City Place Studios right here in downtown West Palm Beach. You can listen live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter/X at ESPN West Palm, ESPN South Florida. If you missed any of the show, you want to listen back, go to Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, or search up Russo and Rizzo to catch us there, or download the ESPN South Florida app. Mike's lost his voice. First thing he does in the morning to go fix that voice. Where do you go, Mike?
I listen. I saw Doc Galladay. It had nothing to do with me having a rough voice, but I went and saw Doc Galladay over at Mental Way Medical, kind of just to check in, say what's up. But, Colin mentioned we had a photographer at the game, and the photographer took some pictures of us. I actually, for the first time in a long time, I saw a full-body photo. I go, wow, looking pretty good.
There you go.
Looking pretty good. I don't, outside of, my God cursed me with duck feet, flat feet. Can't do anything about that. Other than that, I looked at it and I said, wow, I'm starting to, get sculpted out. I'm starting to actually put on some muscle. And a lot of that has to do with Doc Al at Mental Way Medical. I'm on the weight management and nutrition program there, which means I went through the whole nutrition program with Mental Way Medical, my blood work, my EKG heart test, my Staiku body fat test. I know exactly how much body fat that I have, how much that I have to shed off. And I've shared with you guys, I'm trying to get rid of the bottom of the barrel. I'm good in the legs, I'm good in the arms, but the bottom of the barrel, the love handles, man. I'm trying to get rid of those, and I'm doing that with my weight management nutrition program at Mental Way Medical. I'm already down 8 pounds. I'm putting on some muscle. I can't wait to hit that Staiku test coming up in the new year to see my results. You can do the same thing, but here's the thing. This is the one-stop shop men's clinic. You see a bunch of clinics around town in West Palm Beach, specifically tailored for women. Well, this is ours, men. All my men listening, this is our one-stop shop. They got low testosterone treatment. They got ED treatment. They got anti-aging. I mentioned the EKG test. That measures your heart and your beats per minute. It's an advanced cardiovascular center as well. All that going on with Doc Al. And the hair loss solutions. You wouldn't believe some of the work that Doc Al is able to do. I saw him today. I stopped in, said what's up to him. We joked around about the youth basketball thing and me losing my voice. But the biggest thing is the concierge healthcare. Like, I could call Doc Al and be in as soon as today if I'm dealing with something. God forbid I got sick. I needed a prescription. I could call Doc Al and get in the same day. This isn't, you got to wait a week. Oh, God, I got to go to one of those godforsaken, emergency clinics. No, I'm going to go see my primary with Doc Al, Mental Way Medical. That's North Dixie Highway. Go to mentalwaymedical.com, mentalwaymedical.com. Go see him in person. Go see Nurse E and tell him Riz sent you.
All right, Christian Cat, you heard the entire last hour of our discussions with the callers, our discussion with Chris Swager, who surprisingly is not on our side, with the youth basketball scandal that we have here with 7th and 8th grade boys. What side are you on? Are you with us?
Swager's a suit man.
Yeah.
He's an administrator.
He's defending his own.
He sees it from 1,000 feet up in the air.
To Christian's point, he's defending his own. He's defending his own.
But one thing, Chris Swager is the antithesis of parity.
And again, he's not the commissioner of the Sun Conference. He is a competitor in the Sun Conference. So, you know what? I take that back. You would think that he would see eye to eye with you guys as someone that has dominance in his AD, like everyone under him.
Benji had some inconsistencies, the president of the league, when he called in. Benji was all over the
deflecting.
place.
He handled himself pretty well.
Oh, of course.
If you didn't give him brushback, we'd be in a problematic spot. Like, if he was left open the floor like it was a debate where they mute one of the mics and
presidential
let him...
speech, you're all good when you get the written speech in front of you. It's when you get the questions that we find out what type of candidate we have here.
You're obviously alluding to the Senate building in Coruscant in Star Wars, where they're able to mute the pods.
It absolutely was.
That's exactly where Senator Amidala was trying to talk about the Naboo crisis, but, she got muted by the Trade Federation. But anyway.
I see a redistribution of wealth. The wealth on your basketball team, the wealth of talent on your basketball team, where the powers that be took it and said, nah, that's ours. That's not yours. No, I know you just drafted that team. I know that we actually initially put that wealth in your pocket, but we're taking it right back. I'm with you guys.
It's funny to me.
The fact that you got your face kicked in for an entire season.
And you heard it. It was all season long, dude.
Like, for a team you didn't draft, for the first time you get the keys and determine your fate, that you did too good of a job, and they immediately implement a different check and balance mid-season.
It's been 4 quarters.
And something, Christian, something I took offense of. Now, I mentioned, I got out in front of it. I had to do Inter Miami that Saturday. I was unable to go to the draft in the evaluation process. Right. I had to work. But I had a problem with Benji basically saying Colin was asking for advice the entire draft.
Yeah, another one where he's completely deflecting. Well, hold on.
No, you
I'll be a little fair. I was making sure that, all right, well, this kid, does he have scheduling conflicts? Is that, that's something that.
But like
talk about it. Does this kid play?
He made it
baseball?
He made it sound like my
Made it
guy.
look like
deer
he
in
made it seem like he
headlights.
drafted the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on a second. No.
It made it sound like Colin was deer in headlights. My guy was there, going Pat Riley in the 80s, scouting, Magic Johnson. Okay, I don't want to hear this.
Red Auerbach.
I don't want to hear this. Okay, Colin drafted a great team. All right, and we're going to coach the hell out of this team. And it's not my problem you gave us one of the best players. Now you're going to strip him from me? I got to tell this child at practice tonight that he's got to go home?
I don't think
I
you're going to
tell
have
this
to
adolescent when this adolescent.
No, you get a knock on the door tonight.
And I don't think you're going to have to, designate him from assignment.
Like Coach Taylor and Friday Night Lights, you got to have a conversation with him and the family.
Colin,
right, Moneyball, you got to send somebody down.
Colin, before he left, he said, "Coach, I can't wait for the year." Now he's going. Who is it? Jalen Phillips. He said it was the best day of his life, the day he got traded from the Dolphins to the Eagles. Well, guess what? He's getting traded from the Eagles to the Dolphins. And I guarantee he's going to lose interest. He's got to, we mentioned how great of a baseball player he is. Probably going to show up to that and go, I'm not playing with this. I was with Coach Colin and Coach Mike. I'm not doing this.
The 86 Celtics.
I'm not doing this.
The 83 Sixers.
And I just find it ridiculous. The moment we have a good team, we're getting penalized for it. After we lost 73-13, I was crying in the car. Give me a break. Give me a break.
It's an emotional moment for us.
Give me a break, man. 73-13. Christian, Christian, I know you guys joke around with me. I was pretty damn good at basketball. I never lost like that a day in my life.
And
I never lost like that a day in my life.
And if you did, I don't think you would want to come back to play anymore.
That's what I mean.
Think that would kill your spirit.
Right. And that's why, and Christian, that's why I was in the car. Like, my God, I'm ruining these kids' experience. Like, I'm not doing it. I was blaming myself, What are you supposed to do? And now we're good. And now we have a great time winning last night. Colin and I are cheesing ear to ear on the sideline. And now they're going to take it from us.
We're the 71 Lakers. We're the 71
It's
Lakers.
Bush League. It's Bush League.
Roger Goodell said, you know what? The Lions are a little bit too good. Like, I know they went through decades and decades and decades of pain and anguish. Let's take away Jahmyr Gibbs and Jared Goff. That's not fair.
Put them on the Jets.
We played one game. We played one. It's not like this was 5 games.
Or maybe Jaden Daniels might be a good answer there.
Like, first off, it's ridiculous that you're making a decision to put someone on our team and then you're taking away. Geez, it's not like we played 5 games or anything. We played 4 quarters. All
right. Let's have some fun. Let's bounce around. Let's do a little 5 to 5.
5 topics.
High five.
5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's get out of here.
Endless takes.
You can't handle the truth.
All gas, no brakes.
And it's shaking big time.
It's time for the 5 at 5.
Hold on to your butts.
Presented by Flagler Credit Union, proud supporter of FAU athletics. Number 1.
Well, the Miami Dolphins coming off a big divisional win, a massive divisional win. They're going overseas for their next affair against the Washington Commanders in Madrid, Spain. What language do they speak in Spain, Mike?
Spanish, but it's more formal.
Well,
it's more formal than the
He's not wrong.
Mike McDaniel landed in Madrid. He spoke to the local media in Spain, and this is how he began his media availability.
¿Qué tal?
¿Qué tal, he says, when trying to say ¿Qué tal?, as in, what's going on? And nobody sold it.
Wow.
Nobody laughed.
That's a tough side. I mean, granted, he's probably one of the last people who would care about that, but I mean, that's tough.
No, he went from being a Las Olas, intimidating Buffalo Bill fans inside an elbow room, allegedly.
They're going to K-Tal with the Madrid media.
He's having a field day after his big win.
Yeah, geez.
Against
Talk
the
about having a
Buffaloes.
parade.
Field himself.
Can we
Against the
focus up?
Bills.
Can we focus up a little bit?
Jeez,
Mike?
oh man. See, you didn't
Mike,
make
you're on borrowed time, my friend. You're out.
I guess I got my swagger back. He's being goofy.
Christian, it's like he booked himself a spot in the playoffs. Mate, you won 3 games. Chill out.
K-Tal?
Number 2.
K-Tal?
No, it's Kate Hole.
I don't know, guys.
No, Mike McDaniel got it wrong and said Kate Hole.
3.8 student my whole life. I failed Spanish. Couldn't tell you what it means.
We're going to go to college football, where the CFP Rankings TV show went on last night. You look at the 1 through 10, it goes OSU, Indiana, Texas A&M, Bama, Georgia, Texas Tech, Ole Miss, Oregon, Notre Dame, Texas, Oklahoma, BYU. That was your top 12, excuse me. What was your biggest takeaway from the latest rankings from the ever so important committee?
Didn't punish BYU as much.
Right.
Now you got to question yourself. We thought it would be the ACC who might have 2 bids. Can the Big 12, is there a path for them to get 2 bids in there? If BYU plays a very competitive game, wins tight against Texas Tech, do you put both of them in? That's probably the only route that this can happen.
I would think Georgia Tech. I thought Georgia Tech. I think I'm all over the place. I think Georgia Tech's better than BYU. It's my 2 cents. And the fact that they were 16 and BYU was the last team in at 12 was a bit shocking to me. I liked that Miami moved up. I mentioned to you guys the only team in the ACC that I really would like to see would be Miami because I think realistically they're the only team that could win a game. Now, if Georgia Tech faces off, that if they get in, they're going to be a back half team. They're going to play a good team. They're going to play a top 5 team. They're not going to win that. Miami would actually give an Georgia, Alabama, A&M, Indiana, Ohio State, if it stays the way it does, those top 5 teams, they would give them a game. How many times last year, and I feel like the changes the committee made is because of how bad those first-round matchups were last year. Right. I mean, Penn State, who, they don't have their coach. Christian was at the game. SMU never stood a chance against Penn State. And there were plenty of other games like that in the first round, too. The Boise State game, I know it's the same team a week after, but, they got to fix that. And BYU, in my opinion, is a fraudulent team. I'm sorry. The only team they played was Texas Tech. And I know we could go schedule game with a lot of other teams. I get all that. But eye test, man, they're not. They don't belong. The rest is fine, though. Realistically, boys, I can't stand Notre Dame, but, are they one of the 12 best teams? Probably. So, the only thing I can write home about is BYU being in after losing, the lone big game they played all year.
I mean, BYU still has to play Cincinnati. They played well against Utah. I understand that. I do. And they got a true freshman starting at quarterback. I think there's a level of rewarding. And we had the same conversation last year. Hey, SMU had a great year. You got to reward that. Now, that's the same reason that USF is probably, let's say whoever wins the American is going to be in as that group of 5, right? And the American is wide open. There's about 5 teams that still have a chance.
Now, Kyle, there's a lot of teams that are going to have elimination games coming up, too, like Michigan in the Big Ten. Every game they play is an elimination game.
They got Northwestern and Maryland, and then that Ohio State game will be an elimination game.
But all the 2, Oklahoma. It's
Texas this weekend against Georgia.
So, you look in the SEC. Any SEC team that has 2 losses on the season and in the conference, these are elimination games for them coming up. What did we learn last year? New year, new you. I understand all that. But with how the SEC is right now, you can't have more than 2 losses. You can't. And I don't care what Greg Sankey allegedly, apparently, said.
He didn't.
He didn't say it? Okay.
No.
God,
I told you that yesterday.
I blame Brian.
I told you this yesterday.
I blame Brian. But anyway.
I didn't receive that text.
Because the Android thing. Anyway, it's fun. It's fun to watch these games right now because there's a lot at stake. And the committee got it right outside of BYU.
3 Big 12 teams. 3 Big 12 teams before an ACC school.
I mean, ACC is in shambles with Miami, Florida State, and Clemson all stinking. Clemson was a top 5 team before the year. Miami was as high as the number 2 team in the country. Florida State was a top 10 team. They stink. They're not good.
I think you're putting a lot on the brand recognition. You're not giving Georgia Tech any credit. Got a good coach. Coach can get a good job. You got Haynes King, who's a good player. He's been there around a long time.
Now, we'll see against Georgia, right? They played Georgia at the end of the year.
They did it last year,
You're right. If I want to play high and mighty, all right? Too many times they drop a game in that they drop 2 or 3 in
right.
that ACC.
They're in a lot of tight games, but that's why they play tight game, good or bad team. That's
a
what
fun team to watch. That quarterback's fun. I'll admit that.
Number 3.
Hey, let's go to the NFL where Rob Gronkowski signed a 1-day contract to officially retire a New England Patriot. Gronkowski might be known as the greatest tight end of all time to some. Here's some of the stats for you. 92 receiving touchdowns, 3rd all-time among tight ends. 9,286 receiving yards, 6th all-time among tight ends. Is Rob Gronkowski the greatest tight end of all time to you? And if not, who is?
He is to me. What, he played 10, 11 years in the National Football League? He played 11 years. So, Tony Gonzalez played forever. Kelsey's played a long time as well. You can make I see the thing is I look at all right, well, in a postseason big game, I want Rob Gronkowski, but Travis Kelce is as good as anybody in a postseason game. So you got to give him credit for that. But the one thing about Gronk is he is a little bit more of a stereotypical tight end in terms of how he blocks. He's more of a forceful person. He's not necessarily, he's less of a receiver, more of a combo. I would take Gronk over anybody, but I totally understand if you'd go Kelce. I don't understand if you'd go Gonzalez.
It's Kelce for me. Kelce, I think, with his consistency, and listen, I'm not saying Gronk. Gronk was one of the, let me make this clear. I think Gronk was probably the best postseason tight end, as crazy as that sounds. Kelce and how great he's played in the postseason, Gronk probably has had the better moments with Brady. With that said, I'm taking Kelce because of the longevity. He would play every game. His regular season numbers are there. He's breaking all of the tight end numbers as it is.
As a receiver.
I think consistently top to bottom, the body work, Kelce is better. But pure postseason is probably Gronk. I would put Kelce number one.
Hey, the thing is, if I were to draft one for a big game, I'm probably going Gronk. I probably am.
Played with Brady too, but you can say the same thing with Kelce. You say the same.
Right there. I think I'm
you can say the same thing with Kelce with Mahomes.
Wait a second. What can you say about Tony Gonzalez then? If you've got these two all-time great tight ends that have been, those numbers are inflated because of how good their quarterbacks are.
And also because of how they played, what era they played it.
Right. Yeah. But my issue with Tony, with Gons is the postseason. Now, we're forgetting someone entirely who probably has a seat at the table in Antonio Gates, too.
Oh, there
Gates
you go.
was unbelievable. Gates, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Vincent Jackson. I was a fair weather Charger fan growing up with that great offense and Phillip Rivers. All right, geez. But those are probably the four guys you look at. And you can make an argument for all four. You really can. Gates, they never won a big postseason game. Tony Gons, was he on that 2016 Falcon team that lost to, lost to New England? He might have been.
I don't think
regardless, maybe that was a fever dream or something. But regardless, you can make any case for those four. I just think Gronk and Kelce have more postseason success. That's why they get remembered.
Yeah. Okay, remembered, yes. But, I'm not going to give a postseason loss to a tight end.
No.
It's kind of almost unfair to dish out these quarterback losses in postseason because they're one player on one side of the ball, let alone a tight end.
The way I view it, I totally understand what you're saying. But in terms of all pros, I got the all pros right here, too. All pros is how many times you're the best player in the league. Gonzalez is 6. Kelce and Gronk have 4 apiece.
They play at the same time.
Then you got Shannon Sharp, who's sitting there with 4. You got Antonio Gates, who's got 3. You get that back there with Dave Casper, who's got 4. Jason Witten quietly has 2. Kellen Winslow, Newsome. Then you get down the list a little bit, or in terms of the all-pros. Kelce and Gronkowski sort of overlapped each other a little bit.
Jimmy Graham ever won?
First-team All-Pro. He has 1 first-team All-Pro. 5 Pro Bowls. So, and the one thing about Gonzalez is Gonzalez played 16 seasons. Keep that in mind.
So are you using that against him for cumulative?
It's a positive.
Okay.
It's positive. But he played 16 seasons. And he was done in 2013. While Gronk and Kelce's in his 11th season right now, he's probably going to play an additional one. Whereas Gronk ended it after 11. Shannon Sharp played 12. Here's the question. Who would you want in a big game? Kelce has better receiving stats, but he has worse red zone numbers. Gonzalez has the best receiving stats of all of them because he played the longest. That's a cumulative statistic. And then in terms of receptions, Gronkowski does not lead the clubhouse, but played on a team where, spreading the wealth.
He had the biggest play in their last Super Bowl win.
That's why I said, Christian, that's why
Patriots. He was good in the Buccaneer game.
Boys, that's why I go to you remember the postseason.
The greatest, I guess. Yeah, that's fair.
You remember the postseason, and not only the reason I went with Kelce too. He has the regular season numbers. Would you say he's first in receptions all time?
No, Gonzalez has got the lead in the club.
Okay.
But in terms of per capita, essentially, yes.
So he's got the full body of work. And poor Gronk, he had injury problems too.
It's true. When he was available, Gronk was a beast. But, he got concussions in bad moments.
I've never seen anything like Gronk. Honest to God, with his body type.
And you got to remember, In the game they beat Kansas City, Gronk had 2 touchdowns in that game. And then when they won 31-9.
When D Ford was offsides?
No, that was the game before.
Okay.
But it was the
You're
Super
talking
Bowl
about
that
Super Bowl.
They took
Okay.
down Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
He had 2 touchdowns in that game. He had 67
Tampa
yards.
Bay.
Sure
Tampa
did.
Bay. Sorry.
Right here.
Tampa Bay.
I'm looking
sorry.
at his postseason statistics. And in the game they lost to Philadelphia, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns as well.
Wow.
So, I mean, a big game player. You want to go down the game they lost to Denver, the Manning year, 144 yards and a touchdown.
Colin, the best part, if I could rewind back to the Tampa Bay thing, Brady pulled him off of the couch, essentially, for those games.
Yeah,
for
get
that
in the
team.
game.
Literally.
Get in the game.
He had a 1 year of retirement. That's crazy.
They pulled Gronk off of the couch for that. Dude, Gronk is hysterical.
He's the best.
Gronk really is.
The Seattle
Is
game,
hysterical.
the Malcolm Butler game, six receptions, 68 yards, and a touchdown. He scored every game that postseason.
Gronk would, there is a picture that surfaced. He was on the sideline at an Ohio State visit, and he was just violently hungover.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys see that picture?
Yeah, he talked about that
And then he
before.
went on a podcast, and you know me and Ohio guys, so Miami of Ohio, Battle of the Bricks, as Colin knows. He goes, dude, we love Miami of Ohio. And he was just talking about all the party moments that he had. Gronk's the bro. He's the ultimate bro that you could relate to if you've been a bro in college before.
Yeah, and Travis Kelce's the guy who gets a girlfriend and, he changes
dude.
forever.
Chelsea,
a couple days
hang on. Kelsey was a bro. All right.
Was.
He
Kelsey's-
went to Cincinnati and listen. All right. The
Ooh,
Kelsey brothers could let it loose. Jason
the state of Ohio tight end you?
No, it's the College of Iowa is considered tight end U, but dude,
The state?
I tried telling you guys, Ohio's, listen, it's kind of backed off recently, but Ohio's an amazing college football state. High school football state. Amazing. Top 5 in the country.
How about Kelsey for a second here? How about the 6 straight postseason games? Here are his statistics from 2021 to 2022. 2021 was when they lost to Tampa. 2022 is when they lost to Cincinnati in the AFC title game. It consecutively from 3 apiece in each year. He went 8 for 109 in a score, 13 for 118 and 2 scores in that Buffalo game where they won the AFC title. Then in the game they lost to Tampa Bay, he had 10 for 133, no scores. Then the following year, that first game they played Pittsburgh, he had 5 for 108 and a touchdown. Then the game after, Buffalo once again, that was the 13-second game. He had 8 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown. And then against Cincinnati, he had 10 receptions, 95 yards, and a touchdown. How about that? Oof. So that is postseason performance if I've ever seen it. Now, the Super Bowls, he had 6 for 81 against Philly the year they lost, or the year they beat him, 6 for 81 in the score. And the game they won against San Francisco, the Brock Purdy game, he had 9 for 93. And he was terrible like everybody else in Kansas City last year. It's comparable. It really is. In my opinion, Kelsey's a possession receiver. He's a savvy receiver. Gronk is a dominant receiver. I think that's the way you got to do it.
You throw it up.
Gronk's a dominant player.
You throw
Kelsey's
it.
savvy.
If Gronk had Kelsey's football brain,
Yeah, Kelsey's savvy. There's no doubt. He's like knowing zones and everything. That's his
Here's how I look at it,
What about
too.
shtick? That's his shtick.
That's his shtick. But here's what I look at it as. Gronk, you throw it up to him. He's going to come down with it. Kelsey, he carves your defense on his
he'll
routes.
find the open spot.
He carves your defense.
But you move the chains. You got a guy who moves the chains versus a guy who
He
scores
knows
touchdowns.
if you're in a cover 2. He knows if you're in a cover 0.
Right.
That is Kelsey. That's his game.
But that's almost like it's more so the chemistry with his quarterback that allows that for Kelsey.
Agreed.
Because like Pat Mahomes can know that Kelsey might not run the route that was designed.
And he said that before. So
Yeah,
keep
like
that in mind,
the
too.
13-second play was not the play.
Yep.
He looked at Mahomes and told him, I'm going to do something different.
All right. Well, you want to bring up
When
the
Leslie
Alex
Frazier was playing prevent defense.
You want the Alex Smith years? He's got 4 playoff games under his belt with Alex Smith. His first ever game in 2016, they beat Houston 30-0. He had 8 receptions, 128 yards, no touchdowns. Then the following game, the game they lost to New England with Alex Smith, he had 6 receptions, 23 yards, no score. Bad game. And then offensively, the next year, they lost 2 straight playoff games. They lost to Pittsburgh and Tennessee. Tennessee was the Marcus Mariota game. I remember that. 5 receptions, 77 yards, no touchdowns. 4 receptions, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Still pretty good, pretty productive. Not nearly as good as when he was with Mahomes.
Okay.
There's your tight end
Number
debate.
5.
I think it's up for grabs. I would take Gronk,
It's fun.
but I
You
understand
can
why
make,
somebody
like I
would
said,
take
all
Gronk.
4. Gons, Gates, Kelsey, Gronk. You can make your case for all 4.
Yeah, the position changed too. So, like, the criteria might have been different 15 years ago when talking about that position. But we go to number 5, the 5 at 5, presented by Flagler Credit Union. The New York Giants are going to start Jameis Winston at quarterback this weekend against the Packers. Interim head coach Mike Kafka announced, according to Adam Schefter. Dart, out, concussion protocol. Russell Wilson, QB3, bad at football. Here is Jameis Winston answering to the media when they asked him, what should New York know about you, Jameis?
I want fans to know that I'm going to do my best. Obviously I'm going to have fun, but I'm going to execute, have a surgical execution, and just play ball, man. Like, this is something I've been doing since I've been 4 years old. Now I just get to do it in the greatest city in the world. I'm going to be saying it with my son. It's the greatest city in the world. Yeah, that's a Hamilton reference if y'all don't know.
Yeah.
10-year reunion.
Christian, we did this shtick last year in Cleveland, and it was fun for about a week.
But he has a game. But he has a game.
He does.
But he has a game.
Listen, last year, it was that godforsaken Thursday game in the snow.
The snow game.
Okay.
That's right.
Then now, if I can, selfishly, I would trade Dylan Gabriel for Jameis Winston right now. If it meant that I didn't have to watch Dylan Gabriel play football, I would do Jameis and his shtick all over again.
VitaCost Sports Certified Marketplace. It's built for athletes, people who want to understand what just nutrition can do for you. Clean supplementation and nutrition is really 80% of the battle. Showing up and doing the work is 20% of it. Whether you're prepping for a race, grinding at the gym, just trying to be a little bit more health conscious, get into shape, VitaCost is your go-to because they got 400+ performance-enhancing supplements. It's a sports certified marketplace. They're all certified, which means that they're free of any banned substances, and they all help you take the next step. Go to VitaCost.com/sport-certified to make your purchase today. Use code ESPN20 for 20% off. That's code ESPN20 for 20% off. Level up your game over at VitaCost. We'll close out the program next. It's Russo Rizzo, ESPN 106.3.
Are you one of those people that just can't focus at home? The dog barks, the kids are screaming, and you're thinking, how am I going to get all of this work done? Working from home can be distracting, but Intelligent Office is here to help you focus. They offer quiet and affordable private office and meeting spaces in Palm Beach Gardens to help you get your work done. Call 561-472-8400 or visit intelligentoffice.com to reserve an office today.
For nearly 30 years, Jay Zolo & Associates has helped local businesses harness the full power of QuickBooks. This holiday season, they're thankful for the confidence their clients place in them year after year. From setup and cleanup to troubleshooting, management, and personalized QuickBooks training, Jay Zolo brings clarity and reliability to your financial process. Jay Zolo makes QuickBooks work the way it should for the way you work. Visit jzolo.com to learn more. That's JZOLLO.com.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. We are a Florida civil trial law firm that specializes in the areas of personal injury and wrongful death. Our offices are located in Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie. Our lawyers have litigated thousands of matters at the Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River County courthouses. Our lawyers, paralegals, and other numerous members of our legal team live in Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast cities and towns such as West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, Lake Worth, Palm Beach Gardens, Palm City, Jupiter, and others just like you and your families. We are a statewide recognized law firm, but it is your community and your families that we live and associate with on a daily basis. Our most satisfying achievement is when we know that our legal power has helped a fellow member of our Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast community secure a fair and just huge result. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Canes fans, it's time for the final home game of the season. This week, the Hurricanes face off against North Carolina State on Saturday, November the 15th. It's your last chance to show up and show out at Hard Rock Stadium. Let's finish the home season strong and pack Hard Rock Stadium. Get your seats now at MiamiHurricanes.com/football tickets. That's MiamiHurricanes.com/football tickets. And go Canes!
Hey everybody, it's Cade Chumsland. Every week, Land Rover Palm Beach supports local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community by naming a Player of the Week. This year, $35,000 will be awarded to student athletes and their schools. Tune in to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day every Friday night as I unveil this week's featured athlete. If you have a great performance that I need to know about, DM us at ESPN West Palm. Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Whether it's a clutch touchdown pass, a game-winning dunk, or an impressive dash to the finish, we want to highlight the best performance of the week. The winning performance will receive $500 courtesy of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Catch the biggest moments and winners all season long on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN West Palm Play. Nominate them today by emailing highschool@espnwestpalm.com. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro.
Every great performance starts with a plan. Your game plan for greatness begins at Men's Only Medical. Dr. Al is redefining men's health with concierge care and cutting-edge treatments tailored just for you. From anti-aging and weight management to cardiovascular health, skin, and hair, they've got you covered. Expect personalized care and advanced technology to help you look, feel, and perform your best. Visit mensonlymedical.com. Men's Only Medical, setting a new standard for men's health.
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Brought to you by FDOT.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
You know, only if Hard Rock Bet allowed it. If our youth games were on the app and they spread, minus 28.5, one thing I would promise is you take our team, Mike Rizzo and Kyle Rizzo, 7th and 8th grade board teams.
With the ridiculousness of the 1 point.
Even with the mercy rule, after 14 points, every basket becomes 1. I would say you take us in a heartbeat. But you could go over to the Hard Rock Bet app if you don't want to bet that. Yeah. You can bet college basketball, the NBA, NFL, everything, all on the app.
Realistically, folks, the Hard Rock Bet app. I mentioned this the last time. I'm going to say it again. For all you snowbirds that are here, all right, that might, you might be using some other godforsaken betting app. The betting app we use down here is Hard Rock Bet. And if you're new to Hard Rock Bet, bet $5. Okay? Only legal one, too, so you got to download it, all right? You bet $5, and if you win your first bet, you deposit those $5, we'll give you a winner on the show. Once you get that winner, you're going to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. I talk about this all the time, too. The 100. For those of you that are in your car asking, Riz, what is the 100? It's everything you didn't know that you needed. It's a limited time boosted bet. Once 100 people place the bet, it moves on. So it's boosted odds on bets. And once 100 people are on it, a new one generates. So take advantage of all this great stuff with our good friends at Hard Rock Bet. Colin and I were just talking about, how college basketball is going to have a great season this year. I mean, geez, the Illinois, Peja Stojakovic's son, real deal. Okay? It's a real deal out there in Illinois, team that I covered for 3 years. We were talking about Colin's UConn Huskies, the Kentucky Wildcats. So I would say it's all on the app. If you're a college basketball bettor, it's on the app. But more importantly, football season. We're winding down. Isn't it crazy, boys? We're winding down with football season on the college side.
2 weeks until rivalry week.
Correct, and when I lose sleep. But regardless, download the app. And if you're a snowbird, take advantage of betting $5 on a game and possibly getting $150 if your bet wins. That's our good friends at Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus, physically present in the state of Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you're concerned about gambling, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE. That's 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Who's going to be your team this year, Illinois?
I like to,
You're a fair-weather Kentucky fan.
I'm a fair-weather Kentucky fan, and I'm ashamed of it, but it is what it is. Kentucky, Ohio State, I have a soft spot for Illinois, covering that team for 3 years of being entrenched in Peoria. I mean, how can it be Illinois? With the little of the game that I was able to watch last night.
It's like the presidential election. You got to choose somebody who could win.
So they're 8 deep. That team is 8 deep. And the funniest part is they haven't even cracked the top 10 yet. They're like 14th in the country. That looked like one of the best teams in the country. Granted, we just started here. But another team that I like that I was doing some research on after I saw them win by about 70 points and Hurley was still complaining are your Huskies. Dude, UConn's a real deal with their senior-ridden team. And you mentioned me a freshman that hasn't even played yet.
Yeah, so they got a big game this weekend. They play the thing about this year is fun because you're going to see a lot of future NBA players are playing. There's a lot. This draft class is going to be as good as there's been in years. So one of the kids is on BYU. I'm sure everybody's heard about him. AJ Dibansa. UConn's got him this weekend. So we'll see. And then they got Arizona next week.
I saw his game against Villanova. Was very impressive. First ever college game.
Arizona was playing. Who's good? Was playing Northern Arizona. Tim Russo, my brother's team. And they had Arizona at Arizona, and so it was on ESPN Plus. They're not putting that game on the broadcast television.
Right, let's hold off on the jabs at Timmy.
Well, here's what happened. So they comes out. It was 3-0. All right, we're in trouble. All right, 3-0 in Arizona. Then Northern Arizona rumbles back. It's 5-4. Oh my God, it's 5-4. All right, we get to the under 8 timeout. It's 9-4. It's 9-5. All right, we're in trouble. And then we get to the below 12 timeout, and it's 23-11. All right, getting out of hand a little bit.
A little bit.
Next media timeout, 38-13. Oh, God. Oh, no.
I don't want to.
Oh, no. It was a 35-point game at half. It was a 40-point game to finish off the game. That was it.
Yikes.
And Arizona's best player went 3 of 10 from the field.
Is Timmy playing in Florida? Can we travel and see him this year?
No. No. You don't want to see that team.
I want to see your brother.
You don't want to see
I've never met your brother. I'd love to see your brother and watch him coach a college basketball game. Pretty cool.
You don't want to see that team.
Come on, Colin. It's your flesh and blood, mate.
That team stinks. We'll see. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Christian Cat. Appreciate Christian keeping us up over the air. Stick around because you got Pink Smoke. Get your Inter Miami fix coming up right after this with Mike Rizzo and Damian Perez. Stay tuned right here, ESPN 106.3.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining built Ford tough, and never settling for second best.